Good evening, this is Akalın and dear friends. We are talking about technology and social media this evening. The topics of titles are what's social media, what's technology, types of technology, advantages and disadvantages of technology, and some videos related to topics. Yeah, please start.
What's social media? Social media refers to interaction among people in which they create, share, and or exchange information and ideas in virtual communities and networks. Newspapers, radio, email adverts, okay, which reach a large audience and provide communication or mass communication devices. Our fundamental needs before our fundamental needs, improvement, prestige, social necessities, protection, psychological necessities, and now we add Wi-Fi.
Approximately 10 years ago, we looked at for information about newspaper, news, air condition, sports, TV or radio, culture, arts, education, economy, and like this. But now, today, everybody has a smart mobile phones and other devices like these. You can use telephone or other mobile phones. You can look your email, your conversation with other friends, and via internet, of course.
We showed some statistics information.
I'm going to show a quotation video from a documentary. Let's see it.
You people and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now because less than 3% of you people read books. Because less than 15% of you read newspapers. Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube. Right now, there is an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the gospel, the ultimate revelation. This tube can make or break presidents, popes, prime ministers. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. I know that we don't hold in the hands of all people. But the 12th largest company in the world controls the most awesome goddamn propaganda force in the whole godless world. Who knows what shit will be better for you on this network? So listen to me. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We're in the boredom-killing business. But you want the truth? Go to God. Go to your gurus. Go to yourself. Because that's the only place you're ever going to find any real truth. Man, you're never going to get any truth from us. We'll tell you everything you want to hear is lie, like you know, we'll tell you that Kojak always gets material and nobody ever gets cancer in Archie Bunker's house. And no matter how much television you know, nobody just look at their watch at the end of the hour is going to win. We'll tell you any shit. We do. None of it is true. But you live and sit there day after day, night after night, all age. You're beginning to believe the illusions we're explaining here. You're beginning to think that the truth is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the truth wants you to. You live like the truth. You live like the truth. You live again like the truth. You even think like the truth. And this is madness. It sounds like you people are the truth. What are you talking illusion? So something tells you that turn them off now. Turn them off right now. Turn them off and leave them off. Turn them off right in the middle of the sentence I'm speaking to you now. Turn them off.
Friends, he is Peter Joseph. He prepared the film. The Escape is a movement which wants a social change and tells about pressure of social media on us. I want to watch you to watch whole film. I'm sure you realize the reality.
What is technology? For many people, technology is the name of things like computer, mobile phones, television, computer games, PlayStation, spaceship, advanced military equipment, digital video players, and other related machines or items. Perhaps the science fiction books, movies, new articles, reports, and even used automobiles, computers are the major sources from where people get an insight of the term of technology. Types of technology: assistive technology, medical technology, instructional technology, and information technology.
Instructional technology is a systematic way of carrying out, designing, and evaluating the total process of learning and teaching. We can say educational technology for it. Laptops, computers, projections, flip charts, microphones, cameras, video recorders are used in instructional technology. We use instructional technology. In conferences and symposiums or in schools for subject for small groups. Maybe laptops may be enough, but for large groups, for example, for several hundred people, it's necessity for big monitors and big projections. And we use instructional technology in schools. In the past, the students give their presentation like this. You see, they have some pictures and writings on the board, and visual is not bad, is not good. I mean, it's very bad. Now we give our presentation in this way. Visual effects are beautiful, and the audience will be able to find out the subject easily.
What is assistive technology? Assistive technology is a term that uses assistive, adaptive, and rehabilitative for people with disabilities. Wheelchairs, as you can see, battery-powered wheelchairs. These are can be manually propelled or electrically propelled. A picture from New York sports. A competitor used wheelchair because he is disabled person. Due to the illness, injury, or other problems. And the other picture, hearing aids, can help most people with hearing loss understand speech better and achieve better communication for people.
Medical technology. Medical technology is the use of a device or invention to extend the life of patients. It includes medical and surgical technology. It is difficult to think of modern medicine without medical technology. Like this picture, it's approximately 10 years ago or 5 years ago, operations were made with undeveloped equipment, and resources were limited. Every operation wasn't made, but now all over the world, all operations can be made in a clean atmosphere. The other picture, like this picture, you can measure your tension. You don't need to wait other patients or other doctor, and you can immediately your results of X-ray development like this.
Yes, information technology. Information technology can be defined as knowledge generation, collection, storage, processing, reacquisition, dissemination, preservation, and devices that help them. Like this is software and hardware. In commercial areas, customer and inventory tracking and accounting operations, like this. In banking, money tracking and transfers with customer services that are connected to it. Cartography and architecture in high-quality drawings, as you can see. In art, animation studies in film editing and effects. This is avatar. And this is first computer. It has not hardware and software. For example, speaker, mouse, camera. They use it for make a calculation, and it is the size of room. It weighs 30 tons. But now, this computer can make everything. You can find every information, and the best of thing, you can drink tea by putting on your knees. The advances of technology. It has reduced human efforts. Now humans won't need to perform physical work. Most of the physical works can be done easily with the technologies with some effort. It has reduced time. Technologies have helped to get the jobs done very quickly and in short span of time. Example, computers and calculators could perform complex calculations in fractions of seconds, thus reducing the time required. Accuracy has increased, the use of technology has reduced errors in the output, and the output or the results could be trusted. It has given us various tools and machinery that could be used for the security purposes. Technologies have given many life-saving machinery. This has helped to increase the average human life. Various life-saving medicines are the gift of the technologies to the humans.
Friends, in the past, the citizens wait for money from their parents by post, but now the citizens, as you can see, the father invests the money in ATM, and then the child gets money instantly. And the women, in the past, the women's work was very difficult, but they did their work with their hands, but now, thanks to technology, as you can see, a lot of technological improvements. Thanks to technology, the women's lives has been got easy.
And we will show you a video about absences of technology.
Before the technology improvement, we studied with encyclopedia and the other books. And we had various books. We couldn't find what we want immediately. We hadn't mobile phones, laptops, or other devices. As you can see,
but now, thanks to the improvement of technology, we in this condition.
Today we study with mobile phones, laptops, and other devices. We can communicate all over the world, even though we are at the other part of the world. We can speak each other. For example, with Google, you can find every information. As you know, with Facebook or Twitter or other social media, you can find your friends and speak with them, and you can listen or share video with YouTube. In shortly, you can do whatever you want, as you see.
The disadvantages of technology. Lack of physical works is the cause of many diseases. As the dependency on technologies are increasing, it has reduced the physical work, which causes various diseases. And unemployment has increased. The introduction of technologies has decreased the need for the human power. So there is a lack of opportunities everywhere. On one hand, if technologies have given us machinery for security, then on the other hand, it has also given us many modes which are enough for destruction. Technologies have given us various vehicles which are polluting our environment and also using our natural resources like petrol and creating problems. A huge amount of the country's revenue goes in the process of development of the new technologies which won't help the poor at all. And now let's watch a video about the effects of technology on our family and children.
Technology has been around since the start of mankind. The earliest accounts of technology include fire, stone tools, scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry. Technology presents itself in many different forms that have become an everyday part of modern life. If you couldn't use a phone, computer, heater, lights, or car, where would you be? But more importantly, where would your children be? Studies have shown that kids who are exposed to less technology are more successful with activities in life. When a group of 4 to 6 year olds were asked to choose between watching TV and spending quality time with their fathers, 54% would rather watch TV. Also, according to the same survey reported by the AC Nielsen Company, the average parent spends 3.5 minutes a week having meaningful conversations with their children. Technology is creating a social and emotional gap that makes parents feel as though they can't relate to what their kids are doing. Children who spend too much time in front of the television or playing video games tend to have worse grades than those students who are active and involved in extracurricular activities. Studies have shown that since they are so used to multitasking, they have trouble focusing all their attention on schoolwork. Studies performed by Dr. Rosen at Cal State showed that 16 to 18-year-olds perform 7 tasks on average at one time. For example, like texting on their cell phones, sending instant messages while checking Facebook with the television on. And because so many of them are multitasking, say surfing the internet while listening to music, they pack on an average of nearly 11 hours of media content into that 7.5 hours. The average kid, ages 8 to 18, spends over 7.5 hours a day using technology gadgets equaling 2.5 hours of music, almost 5 hours of TV and movies, 3 hours of internet and video games, and just 38 minutes of old-fashioned reading, according to a Kaiser Family Foundation survey, which adds up to 75 hours a week. The same survey by AC Nielsen Company reported that by the time a child finishes elementary school, they will have already witnessed 8,000 murders. In the USA, an average of 20 to 25 violent acts are shown in children's television programs each hour. An addiction is something that a person becomes physically and mentally dependent on. Many children, even when given the opportunity to get outdoors and play, often prefer the seclusion playing on the computer or with their video games. It's been speculated many games are addicting. Even many adults have seemingly become addicted to technology. How many drivers have you seen on the road who have to text back parents with them? According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in a study in 2004, 16% of children that are between the ages of 6 to 19 years old are overweight or obese, a number that has tripled since 1980. Only these children have a chance of developing type 2 diabetes, asthma, sleep apnea, high cholesterol and low blood pressure, low self-esteem, social outcasting, and orthopedic complications. The cartilage in lower limbs and joints in children is at a development stage. Obesity can damage the cartilage since it is unable to bear more than the average weight. Also, according to a Stanford University of Medicine study, elementary students consume 20% of their daily calorie intake while watching television, which usually includes unhealthy snacks due to the convenience and availability of food. A major part of a child's reaching his potential hinges on the high-quality interaction between parents and children. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that children younger than 24 months of age should not be exposed to television. It also suggests that children 24 months and older only be exposed to 2 hours of screen time per day. According to the Kaiser report, children in the 1970s were not exposed to television until the age of 2. Nowadays, young children are exposed to screen media as early as 6 months. 38% of children ages 6 to 23 months know how to turn the television on. 40% can change the channels on the remote, and 40% can load a video into a DVD player. Young brains undergo rapid changes during the first 3 years of life.
Friends, as you can see, there is two comics here. First, tell us, it seems as if we were in desert. We would look for Facebook or social media device instead of water. And other, in the future, gradually family life will be like this in the future. and every body will be busy with computer in the future. As you can see. And there is a video how the social media device mislead the people. France, there's a question to you. First question, why is technology is so important? Emine?
Because it makes our life easier.
Yes.
And get better.
Yeah.
Get better. And okay.
Everybody? Evet.
Technology is lifestyle of this century. Because there is no reason why it is important. It is important because
And it makes our life easier. Also.
yeah, you are right. If there is no technology in this century,
Yes.
communication or another, for example, health problems cannot solve. So it's my opinion. Technology is important. No reason.
Okay.
But the other question, what are the advantages of technology? Emine?
Thanks to technology, we can talk our friends who is far from us. For example, via Facebook or other social number, Skype, we can talk, for example, from Thailand, from America,
Yes.
with our friends. And thanks to technology, now I can talk with my mom and I don't miss her.
Of course.
When I miss her, I can just call and hear her voice, and that's enough for me. And I know how is she via technology. You know, I can call and ask, how are you, something like that. And thanks to technology, if I want, I will be in Adana in maybe 2 hours. For example, plane. Plane is a technology, it's not.
Sight children advantage. Some children, even many children, learn number, names of subjects, and names of vegetable before they can go to school. That's all.
It makes our lives easier because, for example, I can find dictionary in my phone easily. Yes, I don't need to
switch and change pages.
Everything.
Yes, it's easy. Yes.
And third question. Eva, please.
Third question.
Yes. What are the disadvantages of technology?
As we see before the last video, there is some disadvantages. For example,
Maybe you can speak your sister, but you don't know
no,
each other.
I have not experience like this, but I have some experience, maybe a little different. I checked my classmate for a long time, and she is not good, she is not beautiful, she is very fat, but she says me, I am very slim, I am very beautiful, I am blonde. So I admire her. 2 weeks later, we open camp and I see each other.
And you turn off.
Our Cemile.
I think the technology don't advance in the future because I wanna say one example. I hear last days Android apps. Its name is I think Foursquare, and I use it and I realize something. When you go anywhere, you check in your place and you find everyone in there in this place, and you find them. You talk them, and so if you want to find anyone, for example, you can use it and you can find it, for example, and these days we can talk about very great, with every there and everyone in Turkey or in America, in Italy, everywhere. I think it's enough. Yeah.
Usually the most common and important disadvantage of technology is making people less active, maybe passive, and making people unsocial.
Yes.
It's right. Yes, Kemal.
Another disadvantage of technology is the pollution.
What?
Pollution.
Yes. Pollution. Third question is what to expect from the future technology. What kinds of innovation come into our lives to you, for you?
I think it comes nanotechnology,
Yes.
Julia, and maybe next picture, clear next picture, device is finished because thanks to nanotechnology, some machine enter our bodies and
Chips.
not chips, machine,
Machine.
very little machine.
Iron Man.
Chips.
Yeah,
It's called as chips.
and enter our bodies and make healthier the, how can I say, bad situation organs. And so I expect the technology next feature, nanotechnology.
Thanks. Alright, I'm going to show the future technology. I suppose you will want the feature to come immediately, like us.